Dragon Ball Daima has been a welcome surprise for the anime landscape. I've been thoroughly enjoying this new series, but there is one glaring issue that has dampened my overall experience just a bit. That issue is the main character himself, Son Goku, or at least the characterization of Goku. Now, let me explain my rationale. In this series thus far, Goku has felt immature. I recognize that Goku has always typically felt immature to some degree, but his character in Daima feels like a reduction of the Goku we got throughout DBZ. Daima Goku comes across as notably more self-serving, self-interested, and childish. These traits have led to some negative situations that have either impeded the journey or put others in harm's way. Now, I fully understand that these traits have almost always existed for Son Goku, but my issue isn't the fact that these traits exist. My issue is how much more prevalent these traits are, particularly when looking at the progression of Goku's character throughout Dragon Ball media. Dragon Ball Daima takes place roughly 1 year after the defeat of Majin Buu. Looking at Goku's progression throughout DBZ from the Saiyan saga to the Buu saga, we see an individual with a love for martial arts, with the strength to make a difference, fight to protect his loved ones, and the planet he now calls home. Throughout the events of DBZ, we see Goku evolve from being self-focused to being focused on the well-being of others. Goku literally sacrificed himself for the sake of the planet, and then chose not to be wished back to life in the hopes that his presence in Otherworld would deter individuals from attacking the Earth. And in the Buu saga, we see Goku try to enable the next generation so that they can protect the world. It initially was a sort of passing of the torch, which was carried over from the Cell saga. Of course, the story took a turn and had Goku defeat Majin Buu, but that's a conversation for another day. Looking at the character arc of Goku, we see him grow stronger, but also mature as the protector of Earth. He still loves to fight, and that eagerness to fight strong opponents has gotten him into trouble, but when the Buu saga ended, his character arc was complete. He was a mature and strong individual who had learned from his previous shortcomings. And Dragon Ball Daima seemingly erases all of it. With Daima coming after the Buu saga in the Dragon Ball timeline, one would expect the main character to have retained their character growth, but Goku doesn't. Yes, he retains his strength, but he's noticeably immature. He doesn't consider his actions and how they may affect those around him, and because of that, he endangers those in his proximity. For example, in episode 9 of the Daima anime, Goku and Co arrive at an inn for the night. Before going inside, they decide to make Goku a bit less recognizable since the Demon World's military are looking for him, and because the citizens know of Goku's defeat of the Tamagami and his subsequent receiving of the Demon World's 3-star Dragon Ball. With this in mind, Goku leaves his power pool on the ship and wears a head covering from Pansy to hide his notoriously spiky hair. But as soon as the group gets inside of the inn, and not 2 minutes later, Goku takes the head covering off and gets instantly recognized. And what was his reason? Well, his head was itchy. This led to the Dragon Ball being stolen, and it was only able to be retrieved due to Pansy having installed a tracker in the bag that was carrying the Dragon Ball. To say this is annoying would be an understatement. Their whole mission was almost compromised because Goku couldn't be uncomfortable for a couple more minutes. Keep in mind, Dende, the Guardian of Earth, his life is hanging in the balance. Hence why they're collecting these Dragon Balls in the first place. It should not feel like the main character has regressed from being thoughtful and considerate to now being an idiot that punches hard. Yet, that's what we get from Goku more often than not. This regression of character is infuriating because it calls into question what was the point of his development in the previous arcs. It's one thing for this character to have some negative traits still lingering, but for him to completely regress both emotionally and mentally alongside his physical form is just bad writing. But this trend is one that we've seen unfortunately for a while now. Goku in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is fully understood and allowed to grow and mature. And as he gains his tremendous power, he matures as an individual, and we see that across the various arcs and sagas. The Goku we see in Dragon Ball Daima and Super loses almost all of that. Yes, he's allowed to grow stronger, but his character has regressed and is intentionally stunted. He's not allowed to develop or mature or retain lessons he's previously learned for the sake of narrative progression. This reality has allowed the story of Dragon Ball to continue, but at the cost of the once beloved main character. The Goku of now is just an archetype, a strong fighter with idiotic tendencies who eats a lot. Now, I recognize that I'm being a bit hyperbolic here. Goku has matured a little bit in the later series, but he's matured in ways that he already has matured previously. His current character arcs are rehashed from his previous ones, and he's not allowed to retain the growth he may undergo. And this isn't just the case for Goku. Beloved characters like Vegeta and Gohan were and are reduced to the same character arcs over and over, even though they had completed these character arcs by the end of the Buu Saga. And this is the biggest problem with Daima and Super by proximity. These characters stopped being characters and started being archetypes. They lost their depth in order to continue telling a familiar story, and in doing so, have forced the characters to undergo the same character progressions over and over again. This very well may be an issue that only I notice. And even with all of that being said, I'm still enjoying Dragon Ball Daima. The story is intriguing and the action is on point, and it's because of my enjoyment of the series that I want more from it. I want Goku to grow and mature in new and interesting ways and not be reduced to a cliche. I'm hoping that as the Daima anime progresses, this doesn't remain an issue, but what's more likely is that this will continue to be an issue and I'll just have to deal with it. I know Daima can write something well. It has a good story, has interesting situations. You can write a good character. Now, I do want to make it clear, I am truly enjoying this new entry into the Dragon Ball timeline. Even with the issues I've mentioned, the story is so enjoyable, and once it's finished, I plan on making a review of the series, or the first season if it has more than one season. I just wish that Goku was allowed to be more than a strong idiot that eats a lot, but maybe that's just me. Maybe the masses are perfectly fine with this current characterization, and therefore nothing's gonna change. I don't know. All I know is that this video has definitely become a venting session, and I definitely appreciate you for making it to the end. As you can probably tell, I have strong feelings about anime, which leads me to making videos on anime. If that is something you'd like to see more of, make sure to subscribe to the channel. With all that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about the current characterization of Goku in Dragon Ball Daima, and if you want to, Super as well. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. I didn't know to put this in the actual video itself, but it's going here, I guess. The reason why they're even going after the Dragon Balls the way they are is in part because Goku is being selfish. Like, he wanted to fight the legendary strong robot Tamagami that are protecting the Demon Wars Dragon Balls, and he didn't care. They came there, he learned about the Tamagami, the Dragon Balls, and he was like, ooh, I'm gonna fight them, they're so strong. And Supreme Kai's like, Goku, we have to go get the freaking Dende. Like, Dende, he was taken. We came here to save him. And Goku's like, oh, I wish I could fight the Tamagami. He's like, bro, the guardian of Earth, the guy who creates the Dragon Balls for y'all, your friend, he was kidnapped. He was literally turned into a baby and he was kidnapped. Why are we throwing a fit? Why are we complaining about not being able to fight the Tamagami? Why? We have more important things to do here. And it wasn't until Glorio, who, I mean, spoiler alert, but he's a double agent maybe? I don't know. He's at least working for the other side seemingly. Was the one to say, well, we can get the Dragon Balls and then we can use them to make a wish. And I forgot if he said we can make the wish being to get Dende back or to turn you guys into adults so when you get Dende back, you're at full power. I forgot what it was, but they decided to go with that. Why is it that someone else has to voice a pretty sensible idea because Goku can't? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it a thing where Goku didn't think of, we could get the dragon and do this, right? That's fine. I get you when to fight the Tamagami. It's fine. It's cool. It's fine. But just make it make a little more sense. You want to fight them when Supreme Kai says, oh, you probably shouldn't. You whine. You become a child. I don't care how you look. You're a grown man. Stop whining about not being able to fight strong people. We're trying to save the world. Basically, it was annoying that Goku was annoyed or frustrated or disappointed, I guess, and seemingly so, and kind of complaining about not being able to fight against the Tamagami, when it's like, bro, we're here to save the world. That can wait. That is secondary. I thought Dende was our friend. Maybe not, but at least he makes the Dragon Balls. Like, come on, we gotta do...